Good morning. It's Thursday, June 25th. And last night, baseball announced that there was going to be a 2020 season. Since the baseball players can report to camp by July 1st, they will start not spring training, but summer training. So let me give you a couple of things that are going to happen during the season. It will be a 60-game season. The teams are going to play most of their games in the same division that they belong to. That'll be 10 games against each team in their division. Then they will play games, rivalry games, like the Mets against the Yankees and the Cubs against the White Sox. There won't be any doubleheaders scheduled unless there are postponements. And right now, there's no specific schedule that has been sent. There's a couple of rule changes. Number one is there's going to be universal DH for 2020 season, so that means both leagues will play the same way. And then there's going to be the runner on second base rule. If a game goes into extra innings, they're going to start the extra innings each team with a runner on second base. And that's what they do in the minor leagues. So then the game won't be so long. So that's a hint. Now in this 2020 season, there are going to be a lot of things that happen in order to protect the players' health. Hitters will have to bring their own pine tar rags and bat donuts and other equipment with them, because there won't be any ball girls or bat boys or any of those things. Covered individuals are going to get tested twice a day for COVID-19, nose swabs and temperature checks and everything. If your temperature is over 100.4, you can't enter the ballpark. Players and the coaches and the trainers who have close physical contact will have saliva tests every day, right? Seems like horse racing, testing for everything. And if you test positive, you cannot have any contact with the team and will be placed in a special sort of injured list called the COVID-19 related injured, which does not have a time limit like the normal injured. And I could go on for another half an hour with all of these COVID-19 rules, but I guess, and they're doing this to protect the players and the family members, and I don't blame them for that. But you can see how this pandemic affected a simple thing like going to the baseball game. So I'll leave it at that. Can you imagine you're going to be the MVP of a 2020 season, or you're going to bat 450? And is that going to put you in the record books with a double asterisk? It's crazy, but that's the way it'll be, or else they won't keep any records. Let's not keep any records at all. And then there's people that have incentive clauses in their contract. So what if a guy was going to make money after he hit 30 home runs? You think he's going to hit 30 home runs in 60 games? I don't believe that. So it'll be an interesting season. I am, for one, I'm a baseball fan. I've been a Yankee fan my whole life. I grew up in the Bronx, and I could walk to the ballpark occasionally when I lived in a certain part of the Bronx. So I'm waiting for it to come back because there's no other sport that you can watch now anyhow. So it's a diversion. I mean, I've watched a lot of stuff on Netflix and on Amazon TV, and there are some good shows there that I've enjoyed. But watching a baseball game is a lot of fun. So I hope the season is somewhat successful. And then I don't know what they're going to do for the playoffs. I have no idea there's nothing in here that I read that tells me anything about the playoffs so far. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Apple, the Apple iPhone, and what they're planning to do with it. Now, my life doesn't depend on these iPhones and things like that, but there's a younger generation of people that they live and die with their phone. The art of conversation is turned into becoming a texting machine. But in any event, here's what Apple wants to do. The newest iPhone feature aims at replacing the car key. Apple wants the iPhone to replace your car keys. So on Monday, the tech company announced at its Worldwide Developers Conference, or the WWDC, a new feature that allows the smartphone to unlock and start a car. And why do they do this? Because there are people who lose their car keys. Now, I don't have a key in my car. My car's a Prius, and it's an electric key, and I just wave it at the car, and everything works fine. So now what Apple is going to do, they're going to be able to capture my signal from my humble car key And then if you go into the vehicle, right, first you place your phone over the doorknob or so, and then it clicks it open, and then you go in and you place it in the same place you push the button, and it turns your car on. Now, car keys have been around for 100 years, and people misplace them, and they're bulky and everything else that you can say. But it seems like the iPhones are taking over the world. Anyhow, Apple is going to roll out this feature first on the 2021 BMW 5 Series. And then if that goes well, they'll expand it to other car models. Right now, this technology is known as near-field communication, which allows devices within a few centimeters of each other to exchange data wirelessly. Apple plans to transition to using a different technology, ultra wideband, which will allow for unlocking from greater distances. An iPhone could remain in the driver's pocket or bag and open the car door. Simple as that. Now, what I also learned in reading this article is that there are several groups within the car industry who are working on this kind of technology. And one of them is called the Car Connectivity Consortium. And they have announced a standardized way to store digital keys. And the members of this consortium are several tech companies such as Apple, with BMW, General Motors, Honda, Hyundai, Samsung, and Volkswagen all involved in this consortium. Now, I read the whole thing, and nowhere in this article do they talk about the hackers, the people who are out there breaking into systems. Now, I know for a fact that garage door openers, their signal can be picked up by devices, and then when you leave the house, somebody comes in through your garage. And I am sure, because I've read a couple of articles about this, that there are systems out there that can pick up the waves of a car key, and then your car is stolen. But nowhere in any of these articles are they talking about protecting against that. And I am telling you that when this happens, you can bet your bottom dollar that the hackers are going to have a field day. Now, there will be hackers who will be serious, and they want to steal the car. And then there are just those people in the technological world who just try to improve their skill set. And I speak from experience, because I was in that world for a long, long time. And many of us looked at each other's work to find the best way to do something. So rest assured, when the iPhone takes over your car key, you will become a little bit more vulnerable. And I hope your car doesn't get stolen. That's it for today. And have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.